Okay, good morning all of you. Welcome back. The last class we had done the difference between APS and MPS. Yeah. Today you'll just write down the relationship between APS and APC. The sum of APC and APS is always equal to 1. Make a note please in your copy. The sum of APC and APS is always equal to 1. And many a times you get a 1-mark question asking you the relationship between APC and APS. For that answer, all you have to write is the sum of APC and APS is always equal to 1. Why is this? Because as the income is either consumed or saved, there can only be two possibilities. The income which we have, we can either consume it or we can save it. And because of this, the sum of APC and APS is always equal to 1. In the same way, the sum of MPC and MPS is always equal to 1. Please write that down also. The sum of MPC and MPS is always equal to 1. So your marginal propensity to consume plus your marginal propensity to save will always be equal to 1. So in the case of a board exam question normally comes as a 1-mark question. The relationship between MPC and MPS or APC and APS, always remember, is just a 1-line answer. The sum of these two is always equal to 1. Okay, moving on, we go to the next. Investment function. The heading is investment function. Write down, what is investment? Investment means expenditure made on the creation of new capital assets. Investment is the addition to the existing stock of physical, within the brackets, real, assets like machinery, buildings, equipments, raw materials, etc. So physical, real assets like machinery, building, equipments, raw materials, etc., which lead to an increase in the production capacity of an economy. That was the definition of investment. Next, types of investment. There are two types of investments. First, induced investment, INDUCED, induced investment. Second, autonomous investment. First, induced investment. Induced investment refers to the investment which is made with the motive of earning profits as is done as is done by the private sector. It depends directly upon profit expectations. It is income elastic. That is, if national income goes up, the level of investment will increase. That is, increase in additional income induces the investment. Second, autonomous investment. It refers to the investment which is independent of the level of income as is generally done in government sector. It is income inelastic. It is income inelastic. That is, it is not affected by change in income level. The volume of autonomous investment always remains constant. The volume of autonomous investment always remains constant. The autonomous investment curve is a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Parallel to the x-axis. Government investment in public utilities like construction of railways, roads, posts, electricity, etc., is normally autonomous investment. So one thing more children add on, in the induced investment, you will add on one more point there, that the induced investment curve is an upward sloping curve. The induced investment curve will be an upward sloping curve, whereas an autonomous investment curve is a straight line parallel to the x-axis. This I've already given to you. The next, investment function. Next heading, investment function. Investment function tells us that private investment demand, within the brackets capital I, depends on or is a function of rate of interest within the brackets capital R, rate of interest within the brackets capital R, and marginal efficiency of investment. Marginal efficiency of investment within the brackets, it is abbreviated as capital MEI, all three capital MEI, marginal efficiency of investment. So how will you write it? I equals, next line, I equals F, that is function of, open the brackets, R comma MEI, close the brackets. How will you write the function? I equals F, that is function, brackets open, R comma MEI, where R stands for the rate of interest and MEI stands for the marginal efficiency of investment. Now write something about the rate of interest, R. Rate of interest, R. It refers to the cost of borrowing money, or capital. In other words, rate of interest is the cost of borrowing funds for investment. There is an inverse relationship between the rate of interest and the volume of investment. That is, higher the rate of interest, lower will be the level of investment. Higher the rate of interest, lower will be the level of investment, and vice versa. So children, understand it like this. For an investment, if we have to borrow capital of funds, what is it that we look at? The main important thing is at what rate of interest are we going to borrow. If the rate of interest is high, what would that do? It would force you to invest less. So that is why it says higher the rate of interest, the level of investment would be lower. But if the rate of interest is low, then the level of investment would be higher. It works inversely. Higher rate of investment, lower is the investment, and the lower the rate of interest, higher would be the investment. The second, MEI. What is MEI? Marginal efficiency of investment. Write down. MEI refers to the expected rate of return. Expected rate of return. In brackets, you can write profit from additional, within the brackets, you can write marginal unit of investment. Higher MEI implies higher level of investment, and vice versa. Understand it like this, children. When do we make an investment normally? Or when are we willing to make an investment? When we feel that by making an investment, our returns, our profits are going to be good or improved or enhanced. So the MEI, that is the marginal efficiency of investment, is the expected rate of returns. What are the returns we are expecting, the profits? If it is very high, then we will go all out and make an investment. But if we find that the MEI or the returns or the profits are not so good, then probably the level of investment would be less. So MEI, higher MEI implies higher level of investment, and lower MEI would imply lower level of investment, because everyone, whoever wants to make an investment, will first see whether the returns, whether the profits are good, beneficial, then only they would go for an investment. Otherwise, they would, if at all, have to make an investment, they would make a reduced investment. Is that clear? Clear? Okay. Investment decisions, write down the next line. The investment decision depends upon the relation of MEI and rate of interest. If MEI is greater than R, if MEI greater than R, then investment is profitable and vice versa. So to sum it up, the decision to make an investment depends on these two factors, like I said, R and MEI. And the last line is the important line to keep in mind. If MEI, your marginal efficiency investment, is greater than R, that is, you are going to get more profits, your returns is more than what rate of interest you are going to take on, then your investment is deemed to be profitable. Otherwise, if your MEI is less than your R, your investment is not deemed to be profitable. Is that okay? We'll stop till here and we will continue tomorrow.